I'd like to welcome Adam Sandler.
Yes, sir.
Robert De Niro. Adam Driver. Tom Hanks.
Present.
Jamie Foxx.
Yes, indeed.
And Shia LaBeouf. Thanks so much. You said you're in a mental institution. I don't want to ask you two personal questions, but is there anything you discovered there that's been helpful for your acting?
Yeah, empathy for my father, who was always the biggest villain in my life, and I think if you can empathize with the biggest villain in your life and sort of scrape some of these shadows, and it makes you lighter and freer. I don't think I was leading with love, and my life has changed. You may or may not attest, but I feel like when you lead with lightness and love, you can get to the heavy easier. It's much easier, it's much more accessible. Like anger and the rough shit is very easy. It's the other stuff that feels quite difficult. Get an honest laugh is very hard.
I tell you, when I have to laugh in a movie, I can't do that.
Yeah, really? It's tough.
What do you mean, like laugh?
If my character's supposed to
laugh.
have a genuine laughing moment, I'd rather get a genuine anything else. I'm always just like,
Yes.
Is it easier for you to cry? You had that big moment in Uncut Gems where you're really emotional. Was that
Right.
easier than laughing?
maybe not. I'm not great at crying.
What are you great at?
I'm not sure yet. I don't even think I should be at this table. Yeah, crying when it's written in a script and then he breaks down and that really gets me tense for a while. You had a massive one in Marriage Story. Every time I see that performance of somebody breaking down, I'm like, oh man, that's incredible.
How did you get to that point?
It's not something you push for. You don't push for emotion. It either happens or it doesn't. You can't anticipate it or nothing will happen. But there's a lot of things that in that instance that are supporting you. The script is so good and it's well written. If it was badly written, there's only one way to do it. If it's well written, the language is so rich that every time you say it, it opens up an idea for something else. And because Noah has structured, and Adam knows this from working with Noah and Meyerowitz, the text is the text, and I find that incredibly freeing because your intention could be anything. And if you're with another actor as Scarlett in that instance, and the set, Noah is giving you another piece of information that maybe you hadn't thought of before, or the line, or you got in a fight with your wife before the scene starts, or maybe nothing. Maybe you're having a good moment before the scene starts. It just opens up your imagination of a different way of reading it. He's taken basically a 4-month run of a play and condensed it to 2 days. So I think that's easier. If it's just have an emotion, I don't think I can do that.
Do you take that emotion home with you?
I don't think so. I mean,
It's like
I
a
don't
release
know.
after it's done.
Is it?
Take
Yeah.
the
For you too?
exhaustion home.
No,
Right.
Yeah.
no. So I mean, it's a release. It's like you did that. That's there. Take a break. You come back. Sometimes, though, there is a residual something that you have to be aware of. I think as an
For you
actor.
too, Tom?
It's a physiological process that incorporates your emotions and the sinews of your body. It's funny, laughing and weeping are two very physical acts. They're not up here. I mean, when I cry, man, my face turns into rubber.
yes.
You bend over into some kind of thing. And you can only get there if the text takes you there. And there's this great commonality of moments like that, in which, like I said earlier, everybody's making the movie and everybody knows that tonight or this day is going to be an emotional thing. And your job is to forget that it's on a schedule and just live it and be it, and you can't push it. It actually has to come out.
Oh, I'm just emotional.
Yeah.
I'm always crying. I'm just
Really?
I cry for everything.
That's great.
I don't know, but I'll be crying about stuff that really my accountant just called me and said, you don't have, you tried to buy a private plane. And she was like, what the fuck? Run the scene. So it's like, I should be going through my life.
Gets us all.
Yeah,
when we
shit
get
going on in
that
my
call,
life.
it just ruins the day.
Shit is going on in my life, so I'm easy. I cry.